You don't expect a royal guard to smile, you don't expect them to move, to whisper, or to show even the slightest crack in their perfect, stoic armor. That's part of their legend: unshakable, immovable, and unbreakable. But every now and then, life has a way of revealing the human heart beating quietly beneath the towering bearskin hat. And when that heart shines through, it can turn a simple moment into something unforgettable. Before we begin, if you enjoy stories that remind you of the goodness still left in the world, make sure to subscribe to TrendMasters US, hit the like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support truly helps us bring you more inspiring stories like this one. The morning was crisp, with a soft London breeze brushing across the courtyard outside Buckingham Palace. Tourists gathered behind the ropes, cameras ready, children climbing onto tiptoes to catch a glimpse of the world-famous guards. The rhythmic stomp of boots echoed across the stones, each step perfectly measured, perfectly controlled. In that crowd was a mother holding the hand of her little boy, a boy whose world moved at its own pace. He had autism, and although loud noises in big crowds usually frightened him, he adored the guards. Something about their bright red coats and tall black hats fascinated him. His mother had prepared him for days, hoping the moment wouldn't overwhelm him. But as the guards marched closer, the boy's breathing grew heavy, his small hands flapping anxiously, and then, right at the edge of panic, something happened. One of the royal guards, still standing tall, still maintaining his posture, shifted his eyes ever so slightly. He saw the boy. He noticed the fear in his expression, the trembling in his shoulders. And in a gesture so subtle most people missed it, the guard made the tiniest adjustment in his stance. He moved just enough to let the boy stand closer, just enough to show him that he was seen, not ignored. The boy's mother held her breath, then the guard did the unthinkable. He dipped his head, just a fraction, just enough. A small, silent acknowledgement. A moment of connection. The boy's face lit up like sunrise, his hands stopped shaking. His eyes widened with wonder. He reached forward, not to touch the guard, but simply to mirror the movement, as if returning the greeting in his own special way. And though the guard never broke the discipline of his duty, he allowed the moment to stretch long enough for the boy to feel brave again. Word spread through the crowd. Cameras lowered. Smiles appeared. It was one of those rare, pure moments where everything slows down, and for just a heartbeat, the whole world feels gentle. Later that afternoon, another moment unfolded, this time with an elderly veteran visiting with his granddaughter. His steps were slow, uneven, his cane tapping lightly as he moved toward the courtyard. He had served in the military many decades ago, and watching the guards wasn't just a tourist attraction for him. It was a moment heavy with memory. As he approached, one of the guards, locked in his usual stillness, noticed the man's trembling effort to stand straight for a photo. Without breaking formation, the guard subtly shifted again, this time giving the veteran a place beside him. And then, in a quiet act of respect, the guard lifted his chin slightly, a gesture that seemed to say, "I see you. I honor you." The granddaughter's eyes filled with tears as she captured the photo her grandfather would cherish for the rest of his days, but kindness didn't stop there. Later, a little girl in a wheelchair, tiny, fragile, with a shy smile, waited nervously for her turn to see the guard up close. The crowd had started to thicken, and her father worried she wouldn't get a clear view. But as fate would have it, another guard on duty noticed the small struggle from afar. Again, he broke the expected script of silence and stillness. He stepped slightly out of line, clearing a space so the girl could move forward. When her wheelchair was close enough, he paused, letting her take in every detail. Her little face glowed with awe. The guard didn't wave, didn't speak, but he didn't need to. The kindness spoke for him. It was simple. It was quiet. But it was powerful. In a world that can often feel rushed, loud, and disconnected, small acts of generosity hit even harder. Whether it's a soldier in perfect formation taking one breath to acknowledge a frightened child, or honoring a veteran with a silent bow of respect, or giving a disabled child a moment she'll carry forever, kindness is what reminds us that even the strongest uniforms still cover human hearts, and maybe that's what makes these moments so moving. They remind us that compassion doesn't need words. It doesn't need grand gestures. Sometimes, it's just a shift of the eyes, a pause in routine, a willingness to see someone who needs to be seen. May these moments remind us all that kindness, no matter how small, can ripple outward in ways we may never fully understand. And may they inspire us to look for our own quiet chances to be gentle, to be human, and to make someone's day just a little brighter.